So in today's video, we will solve a problem that is called subarray with zero sum. So in this problem, what we have to do, an array is given to us and we have to find a subarray which has the sum of 0. If the subarray has the sum of 0, what we have to do? We have to return or print true, and if it is not possible, then we have to print no. So I hope the question is clear to all of you. So now let's just look at the part how we can solve this question. So we can solve this question by using two approaches. This approach 1 is a simpler approach. Let's look at this approach first. So this approach is O(n) square. Okay, its time complexity is O(n) square. So what we have to do in this question and this approach, we have to use two loops to find all the subarrays. So what we will do, first of all, we find all the subarrays, and after that, what we have to do, we will see each subarray and check if it has the sum of 0 or not. So it is a simple approach, but it is quite time complexity is very high, O(n) square. So in this video, we will try to do this question is in O(n) time complexity. So in this second approach, this question will be solved in O(n) time complexity, which is more optimized than the O(n) square time complexity. So how we will solve this question? What we will do, first of all, we will take a set named S, and then we will store the prefix sum of each element from 0 to I in that set. After that, we will check if the prefix sum is equal to 0 or the prefix sum that we are storing in our set as well, and the current prefix sum is already present in the set previously. This means the sum of the subarray is 0. So when we will try to implement this, you will get a more clearer view of this question or of this solution. So let's just try to implement this approach, the second approach, which is of O(n) time complexity. So an array is given to us here, and the array elements are 4, 2, -3, 1 and 6. As I told you, first of all, let's create a set. So we have a set now, okay. And what we have to do? We have to store the sum, the prefix sum in the sets. So first of all, when we reach here, the 4, what we will do? We will store 4 here. This is our set where we are storing the values. So we stored 4. When we reach at 2, we will see the prefix sum also. So the current sum is 4. 4 plus 2, this is 6. When we reach here, the prefix sum is 6 plus this element. So what will it become? 6 minus 3, it becomes 3. After this, we reach here, this element. What we will do? We will add this element in the prefix sum. So it is 3 plus this element, it becomes 4. Please consider, after each iteration, we are checking the set that if the array element or if the prefix sum is already present in that set. So till here, there was no element that was being repeated, but when we reach here, the 4 is already present in the set here. So this means that our sum got 0 cancel. So this means our sum got 0 between this position. Only then it is possible that the number got repeated itself. There were some negative values and the subarray became 0, and after that only the sum that was 4, it got repeated again. Because if there were positive values or it didn't become 0 in between here, so there was no possibility that the sum should have been repeated itself. But here, as we can see that the 4 got repeated itself, this means that this 2, minus 3 and minus 1, they are making the subarray 0. The sum of the subarray 2, minus 3 and 1 is 0, and that is the only reason that the 4 got repeated again. So I hope this implementation part is clear or somewhat clear to all of you. And now we will look at the code of this problem. So this is boolean because we have to return true if the subarray sum is 0, else we will return false. So we are passing the array and the number of elements that are present in that array. As I told you, first of all, we will create a set. After that, we will take a variable that is prefix sum. After that, this is the important part. The processing part is this. What we are doing, we started a loop from the 0 element till I less than n. This will check for all the elements. And what we have to do in that loop, as soon as we enter in this loop, what we have to do, we have to add our array I in the prefix sum. After that, what we have to check, after adding, we will check that if the prefix sum is not equal to s dot end, this means that the prefix sum is already present in the set. Or, this is my or condition, either this should be true or the prefix sum should be equal to 0. If any one of these conditions is true, so we have to return true here. Okay. Else, if this condition is not true, we have to do nothing. We have to insert the prefix sum into our set. So I hope this is clear to all of you. So let me briefly explain again what I was trying to say. What we have to do, we have to use a loop here. After that, as soon as we enter the loop, what we will do, we will add the array element into our prefix sum. After that, we will check the condition that if the prefix sum is already present in the set or the prefix sum is equal to 0. If any of these conditions is true, then we will do nothing. We will return true, that yes, the subarray that sum is 0 is present in this array. After that, if this condition is not met, we will insert the prefix sum into our set. And if this condition is never satisfied and we reach the end of the array, what we have to do, we have to return false because this condition was never satisfied, and this means that there is no subarray whose sum is equal to 0. So we did nothing, we returned false. So I hope now this question was clear to all of you and the solution was also clear to all of you. So here on Geeks for Geeks, I have copied the same code and I will try to submit this code. And as you can see that my code got submitted and it is showing the correct answer. This means my code is working fine. So guys, I hope this solution was clear to all of you. But if still there is some problem or if still there is some confusion, feel free to post your doubts in the comment section. Thank you friends.